everybody, it's Jason Kendrick again, and it's time for another episode of Living a Thriving Life. Today's episode subject is personal responsibility. I've known since I was in Hong Kong a month ago that this would be the next video, and it has taken me this long to actually sit down and do it, ironically enough, because I was avoiding it. And it's funny how there's so much power in personal responsibility. There's so much just possibility when you take personal responsibility, when you stop being a victim. However, most of our society, most of our training is it's somebody else's fault, it's not up to me, yada, yada, yada. And so it's even when you know that that's going to free you, that's going to empower you, that's going to give you everything you ever wanted, you still resist it. And I know that's true for me. I know I've been resisting it. I mean, hell, I wrote 2 books on the power perspective, on personal responsibility, law of attraction, and granted at the time I was being a little overzealous, as it were, because I just learned this stuff for myself and was really excited to teach it, and didn't realize the depth at which the victim mentality really just ruled this society, this world, and so I realized how difficult that is. But when you get past the difficulty, when you actually take ownership, when you actually look at yourself and your life as, this is up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. And look at your past as not a wrong or something that needs to be corrected, but as part and parcel of who you are now, and take responsibility that if it was not for that, I would not be me now. So yes, all of those things that you may not have enjoyed, all those things that came in and through your life that you experienced and were struggles. Those are the things that really teach you and make you who you are. So not to get too far off the subject, but really and honestly, when you start taking personal responsibility for how you feel, first and foremost, it's not somebody else's fault. Nobody's making you mad. Nobody is doing this to you. When you take personal responsibility for how you feel, you start this cascade effect. And once that cascade effect starts, it's like a chain reaction. And that personal responsibility of, I'm feeling this way because of my story, because of what I'm telling myself, not because of what you're doing or what they're doing or what I think they're doing, but because of what I'm telling myself, that right there begins to free you. It's uncomfortable at first, like all new things, all new thought processes, all new skills. Yes, it's difficult, more difficult in the beginning, and it is uncomfortable. However, as you practice this, as you get better at it, as you really learn to utilize this and not allow things that in your past would overwhelm you and would take away your peace, and realize that your peace is your responsibility. I was having a struggle the last week with just the energies coming into the planet, Mercury retrograde, the solar eclipse, the new moon. I mean, it was just one of those times where I felt sick and the energy was I was feeling depressed and whatnot. And I went to a friend's house for Labor Day, and he's like, "How you doing?" I was like, man, I'm kind of sucking at life. And he laughs and goes, "That's a choice." And the funny thing to me was that I hadn't thought of it that way. That it's actually a choice, and you choose. And I had the choice to feel what I was feeling and either immerse myself in it and just kind of feel crappy, or I had the choice to go, okay, this is how I'm feeling. However, I'm gonna go, rock it anyway. And so it was such a great lesson for me to have that awareness, to have somebody call me out on that and say, hey, that's a choice. Because yes, things will change, energies will come. You may get sick, or you may not feel good, you may be feeling depressed, these things may happen. And you can choose to go along with that feeling, or you can choose to change it. Or you can choose to ignore it and suck it up and go. However, make sure that you feel what you're feeling, because if you do stuff it down, it's going to increase. What we resist persists and gets stronger. So that's my 5 minutes, my two cents, as it were. Take personal responsibility of how you're feeling right now. Look at the story you're making up, and then decide to change it, and practice. The more you practice this, the freer you'll feel, I promise you. All right, guys, I love you. We'll see you next time on the next video, and I hope you're enjoying this. Please leave some comments at the bottom.
Love you. See ya.